morning to everyone. I'm Jimena and I'm going to present my first studies project of biology and geology, the exchange of substances in cells, highlighting osmosis. First of all, I would like to start by saying that cells have to exchange substances with the environment to perform the different functions. This exchange of substances takes place through a semi-permeable membrane called plasma membrane. There are four types of exchange of substances in cells. They are diffusion, osmosis, active transport, endocytosis, and exocytosis. Let's start with diffusion and osmosis. They refer to the movement of small particles through the plasma membrane in or out of the cell from the higher concentration to the lower concentration. Let's start with diffusion. As you can see in these photos, the small particles move from the more concentration to the lower concentration, and it is not necessary a plasma membrane. However, osmosis is a special type of diffusion that consists in the passage of water molecules from the more diluted to the more concentrated, and we need a plasma membrane. These processes don't need energy, they are passive transport of molecules. Let's continue with active transport. This process needs energy and it refers to the movement of particles from the lower concentration to the higher concentration. Endocytosis and exocytosis. They refer to the movement of large particles that can go through the plasma membrane. Endocytosis is the membrane collapses to encompass the particles and forms a small vesicle that is incorporated into the cytoplasm. Endocytosis is the opposite. It is to eliminate the substances from the cell. Let's demonstrate osmosis through this experiment. To carry out this experiment, we need these materials: 2 eggs, vinegar, distilled water, a saturated salt solution, colorants, a radar thermometer, a scale, transparent containers, camera. The first step: put the eggs in the vinegar until the shell disappears completely. At this point, the egg is like shell. Here you have the image of the initial part, and here after 48 hours. I am going to explain you why the eggshell becomes like jelly. The eggshell is mostly composed of 95% of calcium carbonate, and the vinegar contains acetic acid. When calcium carbonate comes in contact with acetic acid that contains the vinegar, the acetic acid dissolves the calcium carbonate, releasing carbon dioxide in the form of bubbles until the eggshell is completely disappeared. The second step: when the eggshell has removed, take out the eggs, measure and weigh them. Here you have the egg A, that is 88 grams, and here you have the egg B, that is 85 grams. The third step: prepare saturated salt solution, 40 grams of water, each 100 milliliters of water, add food colorant, in this case red, submerge the egg A in the container A with the saturated salt solution and wait 24 hours. Put the distilled water in container B, add food colorant, in this case blue, and submerge the egg B in the container B, that is distilled water, and wait 24 hours. The fourth step: as you can see, in egg A reduces the volume due to osmosis, and in egg B increases the volume due to osmosis. Let's analyze the results. As you can see, here I have a data table. Here I have a data table with the different colors. Here is the egg submerged in the saturated salt solution. In the beginning of the experiment it was 88 grams and finally it was 85 grams, and the mass variation, as you can see, is 3 grams less. The egg submerged in distilled water, at first it was 85 grams, but in the final step of the experiment it was 100 grams. So the mass variation is 15 grams more. The explanation of the experiment. Inside the egg membrane there is a concentrated solution of proteins and water, which is more concentrated than the salt solution but less concentrated than the pure water. Saturated salt solution has a high concentration, which is more concentrated than the egg and more concentrated than the pure water. And the pure water has less concentration than the egg and less concentration than the saturated salt solution. The egg in the hypertonic solution, that is experiment A, has reduced the volume. there are more solids in the cell solution than inside the egg, so water molecules move out of the egg from the more diluted solution to the more concentrated solution. As a result, the egg reduces its volume. The egg in hypotonic solution, that is experiment B, has increased the volume because there are more solids inside the egg than in the distilled water, so the water molecules move into the egg from the more diluted to the more concentrated. As a result, the egg expands. And finally, the conclusion, we can verify that osmosis has been demonstrated, and it is true that water molecules move from the more diluted solution to the more concentrated through a plasma membrane until those solutions equalize concentrations. And finally, my bibliography with all the sources of information that I have researched the information, and that's all. I hope you like it, and thanks for watching me.